What's up, everybody? I'm just looking for the clamp that I hook up this phone to the tripod. So we'll start in just a second. So you're just listening in a little bit to Brian's coaching call. He coaches people for real estate, and I coach people for yoga. We'll start in just a second after I set this up. This is going to be incredible. I'm very excited to share this technique with you. Hold on while I put this down. Here we are. Okay, so this is a video about remaining non-attached, maintaining. Wow, it looks really pretty behind me. It's like a hill. I'm gonna do more videos here. This is a great camera angle. This is a video about maintaining non-attachment during meditation, in particular chakra meditation. As I was covering in my silent flute program yesterday, happens every Saturday, was 5 or 6 principles that come together as an understanding of where to be in your mind and where to put your mind, all for the purpose of a chakra meditation. Now, there were some technical difficulties. Some cactus here. There were some technical difficulties, so what ended up happening is I'm going to give a guided chakra meditation tomorrow, Monday evening, same time as this video right now, but in the Silent Flute Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group, so if you're on Facebook, definitely just request to join that, and that will happen for you too. It'll be probably a 20-minute, give or take a 20-minute meditation. It's a 10 chakra meditation. So more than usual, what you'll see commonly is 7. There are 5 chakra systems, 6, 8, 11, 26. I mean, there's so many chakra systems, and this one that I'm studying from the guru of my guru, Kchart Mudra, had some insight that is stimulating what I'm about to teach you now. It had to do with the location of Sahasrara chakra, and Kchart Mudra described it in the same functionality and its influence on all the other chakras in the same way, but it had a different location. And that combined with other teachings that, because another one of my teachers, besides being a Iyengar, is David Garrigues. And David harps really, really hard on Kchart Mudra, which I have a video about it. I can link it below. Kchart Mudra, the etymology of the word breaks apart into 2 words, K, K-E, and Cha, which is like, that's the root of the word of the space element in Sanskrit. So it's space. K is to make. It's like the verb. So to make space. Khechari, bringing the tongue back. And so he talks a lot about it's not how far back you make the tongue, it's about making space over the soft palate. That combined with what Kchart Mudra was talking about, and it's just like so profoundly impacted everything I do, even my handstands workout that I just did, or, hold on, I'm getting a message, or chakra meditation, where we're going to apply it to, because having this new thing now was, I'm just typing to ask you about your thoughts on Kchart Mudra. Super dope. And yeah, definitely feel free to comment. I'll have a little Q&A at the end of this. This is only going to be like a 10-minute video. And where was I? So now that I have this new reference of applying this understanding of the location of Sahasrara chakra in combination with Kchart Mudra. See, Kchart Mudra is the pinnacle of mudra. It is the root mudra from which all other mudra come from. And I've practiced about 20 mudra, which are full body mudra. Not hand mudras are something, it's similar. I mean, that's why they're called mudra, but it's totally different. It's like comparing you know, a bag of really incredible oranges to a fucking orchard of orange trees. It's different. And the pinnacle is Kchart Mudra. And this is said in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, where the whole outline of what it is to be a Hatha Yogi, to attain Samadhi, which is the 8th limb in Raja Yoga. 8th limb, the Raja Yoga is the Yoga Sutras. So the Hatha Yoga Pradipika is broken into 4 books: Asana, Pranayama, Mudra, and Samadhi. And so those are the 4 limbs of Hatha Yoga. Raja Yoga includes ethics and some other things with the mind. In the Mudra section, which it's important that it comes in this order, because Mudra refers to our energy body. Our energy body is elusive to us until we do Pranayama. The Pranayama bolsters our energy body. It clarifies our energy body. We're able to move our energy in certain ways, and it happens spontaneously just as you practice Pranayama. But what comes before Pranayama, because you can make yourself a little crazy doing Pranayama, is you need to be able to have a clean energy, which is what Asana does. Asana cleans your energy. Mudra, or Pranayama, moves your energy around. It doesn't clean your energy, yeah. I mean, that's a proper way to say it. Yeah, it purifies your energy. Pranayama moves it around, and Mudra seals it in. And Samadhi is a natural result of doing these aforementioned steps. So in the Mudra section, the pinnacle of Mudra is Kchart Mudra, which is an awakened soft palate. So the palate, the roof of the mouth, there's the front is the hard, and behind it is the soft. And at the back of the soft is that flesh that hangs down in the back of the throat, called the uvula. So we want to have an awakeness right above, like almost like hovering above the soft palate. So in the back of the mouth, right above it, if you drew a line from your earlobes, you know, straight across from your earlobes, where it crosses the middle of your throat, which would be above your palate, which is where they cross, that area is the seat of Purusha, your witness. Okay, so this has to do with Purusha Kchart, which I'm in love with. This is Yoga Sutra 116. Tat Param Purusha Kchart Guna Vaitrishnam. So the quality of non-attachment is just an ever-present awareness of the witness within us that removes any temptations or distractions. The Guna Vaitrishnam, all the elements of nature, essentially. You know, we're no longer pulled by the qualities of nature. You know, growth, conception, death, aging, and other variables. You can describe the phenomena of nature and qualities of nature in many different ways, but when you're no longer pushed or pulled by those qualities, this is Purusha Kchart. And Purusha Kchart, I'm here to tell you, happens above the soft palate. So this is the seat of your consciousness, and there's another video, a meditation video, I'll link it below. It was the best 10-minute transcendental meditation, or some title like that, on my playlist. I made it with a dialogue from one of my teachers, Rashdi Bazar. He taught it to me, and I had a recording of it. He didn't want his voice used, so I just transcribed exactly how he said it, and it's phenomenal. And in that, you ask yourself a series of, it's a self-inquiry exercise, and you begin to be able to witness your own mind, all the forms in your mind coming up. So I'll definitely link that video below. When that occurs in Sahasrara chakra, the 10th chakra, or 7th chakra. It's the crown, the top chakra. See, it's not the crown because there's another chakra above it, Lalata chakra. So Sahasrara happens essentially at medulla oblongata, this space right above the soft palate. And so here's the point. In the chakra meditation that I'll be covering tomorrow in the Silent Flute Facebook group. So definitely, if you're on Facebook, ask to be invited to, or ask to join the Silent Flute. And that'll be a 20-30 minute lesson tomorrow, same time as 6 p.m. California time. And so what was happening is I was doing my chakra meditations, and I was creating a stress because I was projecting my mind, my dristi, to the locations of the chakras. But the problem is my awareness is above the soft palate. So I was putting my attention somewhere that my awareness was not. And that difference created tension in the same way that when you think your body is in a certain location, in space, and it's not, it creates tension. So let's say I'm doing handstand training and they tell me to tuck my pelvis, but I think my pelvis is tucked. There's a tension created because the untucked pelvis is not as anatomically sound, and so it's not you know, optimal alignment. There's an inefficiency in the movement, in the pose, in the handstand pose, because the pelvis is not where I think it is. Okay, so the difference between the reality of it and where my mind thinks it is creates an error and a deviation and a tension. Okay, the ultimate ease can come when we're fully aware of the nature as it is. And nature as it is means also knowing where is your body in space, because that's reality. That's a reality. So the difference then came after this new knowledge of Sahasrara, where I maintain awareness above the soft palate, but I look. So I use my awareness to look at the locations of the chakras. So it's as if I'm staying here and I'm looking down my spine. There's the root chakra, then the sacrum, S2, S3, and then behind the navel, and between the navel and solar plexus, and then the solar plexus, all in the spine. But I'm looking from the soft palate. And in that perspective, immense ease. The meditation had so much ease, and this is the root of where non-attachment. I was much less invested in where the chakra was, and I was more invested in identifying with this root awareness that was looking at the location of the chakra. And the meditation was immensely relaxing, and I've done it several times since. And so we'll go over the locations and some affirmations for these 10 chakras, and we'll go through a very, 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 very powerful meditation tomorrow. I mean, it was supposed to be for the Silent Flute group, which is, again, on Saturdays, $97 a month. It's incredible recorded lectures, and I love doing that. So I'll open it up for questions now. I'll also mention that on August 15th, the Ashtanga Primary Series Pranayama product comes out on ninthlimb.com. It's only $97, but for the first 24 hours, you can get it for $47. This is the full pranayama sequence. It's just absolutely incredible. It's going to do so much for you if you're at that level where you'd like to start learning pranayama, which is basically occurs after you've done some asana, before you really get into meditation. You're looking for some connection, or you just want to amplify or boost your focus, because pranayama is great for that. That's how I got my PhD. Okay, so that's the end of this, and I saw there was some comments. Let me see if I can look at those. Where are they? There they are. I must ask, is there any secret tips like a mudra sequence to astral projection? Any tips? Not that I know of. They all do it. They all create it. Astral projection. Listen, there's a physical plane. There's an astral plane, and there's a causal plane. Okay, so the astral plane is the realm of emotions. Causal plane is the realm of mind and consciousness. And see, these are arbitrary delineations. Some people would consider emotions as part of mind. So in this dissection, and this is how I understand how to communicate it, and then in the physical plane is where your physical body and the laws of nature cause and effect, and laws of physics and whatever take place. Okay, so astral projection happens in the astral plane, and so this is something that happens in regards to your emotions. Emotions happen when the mind is unsettled. Okay, so that's why I'm not really into astral projection as like a practice for myself. But it happens spontaneously. And as far as mudras, now distinguish, there's body mudras, which is what I was talking about, like in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, and there's like hand mudras. And hand mudras is a great way to get into it, because body mudras are super intense, and I wouldn't recommend, I wouldn't teach that like over, I mean, I do have videos for some body mudras, but they were the ones that are pretty subtle. So if you want to astral project, I would say protection sequence, because what ends up happening when you tap into the astral plane and you start astrally traveling, there's little protection against your unconscious mind. Unconscious mind you'll stir up some skaras, which are these kind of latent habits in your unconscious mind that could be disturbing and could pull and push your mind. Essentially, when you're astrally traveling, it's your mind that's traveling, and these latent tendencies will push and pull your mind to places that maybe you don't want to go. And so there's kind of a dual effect of astral projection from a healing perspective, is encountering things that are uncomfortable for you and then you can heal them, or gaining mastery of how to stay in locations that are for your own growth. Now, from a magical perspective, you astrally travel to affect the physical reality. So you travel in the astral plane to cause effect in the physical reality. But that's a left-hand path practice, and I mean, if you're interested in that, I have someone I can recommend for you. But as far as to prepare yourself for that, you need to be getting into meditation. Before that, there needs to be pranayama, and before that, there needs to be asana. And if you're just going to kind of jump into it, then my best recommendation would be the protection sequence. I have the protection sequence on the 9th limb. I think it's like $9. So it's pretty basic, but it's fundamental for magical rituals and for I mean, I didn't make it for astrally traveling, but it was for chakra meditation. It was like a precursor to help you get into a trance, to help you start tuning to certain qualities of your mind, frequencies, you know, like freedom from doubt, or the mudra of certainty held at the solar plexus. And it's 5 mudras, I think, is the full sequence. And when you make that sequence a habit, which is should only take maybe 8 or 9 minutes to do. Once you memorize it, it's like a 30-minute video to teach it to you. Then contact me. Then you have if you can do that comfortably, consistently, then you can tap into a trance, and then it's easy to teach you how to astrally travel. But there's not a mudra sequence that I know of. I mean, maybe there is a secret mudra that bing, and then you're astrally traveling. But astrally traveling, you know, do you have intention that you're doing so, or are you just being pulled and jerked into the astral plane? And I'd rather be the first one, and I just don't have a purpose for it right now. But that might change. Okay, are there any more questions, or am I going to end this now? Let me see. There it is. Okay, that's it. Okay, thank you guys. If you definitely subscribe. I guess you're already subscribed. I have nothing to say. Share this on your social media if you liked it, and definitely join the Silent Flute if you're watching this later. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. will be chakra meditation, and thanks for tuning in. Namaste.